member. From Bethesda, the driving force behind Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and the upcoming Starfield, Todd Howard.
Hey everybody, welcome. Before we start, on behalf of everybody at the Academy, I want to thank you all for coming and being here tonight, coming together. It's been so much turmoil and uncertainty in the world these last few years, especially now, and our hearts go out to everyone affected what's happening in Ukraine. You're in our thoughts. And we're here, we stand together as a community. We come together here at D.I.C.E to honor the year's achievements in interactive entertainment. And this is a special one, for tonight, D.I.C.E is celebrating its 25th year. And our industry may have started 50 years ago, but the last 25 years have been about transforming it into a global art form. An art form that now is something for everyone, from a child learning to speak to a teenager looking for new worlds and new friends, grandmothers streaming Skyrim. I'm pretty sure everyone, all of you, are playing Wordle. And entertainment can give you so many emotions, but there's one emotion that games can give you that nothing else in entertainment can. And that emotion is pride. Pride in what you did, in what you accomplished. I think the genius, actually, of Wordle is not the game, it's the way you share it, right? You send the emoji, like, this is what I did, look at what I did. Each of you have had games that make you feel that way. 25 years ago, it was our very first game of the year, Rare's GoldenEye. And the other winners here, from Zelda to Halo, from God of War in 2005 to Gears of War in 2006, and then back to God of War in 2018. And there's been an incredible range. Will Wright's legendary The Sims, the beautiful and brilliant Journey. The masters at Naughty Dog brought us Uncharted and The Last of Us. 2 years ago, it was a game actually without a name, made by House, a 4-person studio in Australia that were inspired by a picture of a goose. And I don't think you've ever been prouder to be a goose. It's those of you in this room who built this industry over the last 25 years, and it's many of you that will build the next 25. And what does our future look like? Games will be at the center of the digital transformation the world is still going through. Maybe it's the metaverse. The future is in everybody's hands here. Okay, I see you eye-rolling the metaverse, I know. I'm sure, like other MMOs, it will have a rough beta, like an awesome launch, everyone will play, and then like a precipitous drop down the Steam charts. If the last 2 years have shown us anything, it's gaming's power and importance in connecting us. Our players are of every age, every race, and from everywhere on the globe. Yet within our industry, we are not as diverse as our players. We must commit and recognize the work ahead to change that. And it must be a constant effort, from allowing we have to allow all the voices that are within to be heard and be a beacon for new ones to enter. All of you here are a part of that. Tonight is a part of that. For it's here as an industry we say to all, here is the world's best entertainment. And tonight we honor those creators. We all know the passion, the talent, and the time our nominees have poured into these games. And our hope is that they feel the pride in what they've done, and that they all know how proud you make everybody here, and how proud we all are to come together once again at D.I.C.E. and celebrate games. Welcome to the 25th Annual D.I.C.E. Awards.
Celebrating 25 years. Welcome to the 25th Annual D.I.C.E. Awards, hosted by Jessica Chobot and Greg Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, the D.I.C.E. Awards starts now.
Welcome to the D.I.C.E. Awards. I'm Jessica Chobot.
I'm Greg Miller.
And let me say it is an honor to be here with everyone bought out by Microsoft tonight.
How much money do you have, Phil Spencer?
Seriously.
Why throw it around like that? With that, let's just get into it.
All right, Resident Evil Village is nominated for Outstanding Achievement in Character. Great game for fans of tall women, terrible game for hands.
Awful game for hands.
It was shocking.
Very shocking. Speaking of which, Greg Way, there was also a shocking Metroid game this year, and it was amazing. Seriously, everybody, please give it up for Metroid Dread. It was a beautiful game that critics and audiences both loved. So whatever, we'll see you again in 14 years, Metroid.
Now, this past year marked video game companies getting into NFTs.
Oof.
A lot of people don't understand NFTs in games, including most of everyone. So let me explain how they're going to work. A video game company announces they're going to be selling NFTs. Everyone then hates them, and then 24 hours later, they cancel their NFTs. You're welcome.
Everybody, you're the most powerful people in video games. We have a chance to stop this, just not even once this year, okay?
Yeah, NFT, no fucking thanks.
No fucking thanks indeed. Of course, as you heard earlier, this is the 25th anniversary of the D.I.C.E. Awards.
Yes, unfortunately, Nintendo has taken the first 24 years offline until further notice.
Yeah. There'll be some anniversary edition I'm sure they put out.
Yeah, probably.
All right, that one didn't work with them. They didn't like that
I
one.
had a couple chuckles over here.
I thought there'd be the NFT pushback. We got the perfect Hot Wheels game and Hot Wheels Unleashed, and we got a Nickelodeon fighting game. And I mean, if little Greg could look at me now, he'd be like, what the hell happened to you?
Yeah, I don't have an answer.
Really fell off a cliff. Games were great, though. The games, they were great.
They were great. The Oculus Quest had a great year.
Jess, I do believe it's now called the Meta Quest.
Well, Greg, I've never met a Quest I didn't like. Hey!
No, don't clap for that.
Do it!
This is the 6th year. You keep it going. We're here again next year, all right? Make your voices heard.
It was good. It made me really happy. In a little more recent news, I'd also like to congratulate CD Projekt Red on finally releasing Cyberpunk 2077 after nearly a year and a half after releasing Cyberpunk 2077. Thanks.
They crossed the finish line.
Did it!
They got there, everybody. Tonight, Guilty Gear Strive is nominated for Fighting Game of the Year. Now, some fans criticized the game for having super long load times, but the game producers said, We disagree.
Now, I wanted to say congratulations to Nintendo on the Switch finally outselling the Nintendo Wii. The numbers were neck and neck for a long time, but then the Switch just started to slowly drift to the side.
That gets the groan. Joy-Con grin. All right. Let's see what else we got for you. Spending a lot of time at home, as we all have, it's also been great having something like Xbox Game Pass.
I love the Game Pass. All those games at your disposal. It feels like going down to the corner bar and listening to your favorite jukebox.
That's right. A jukebox where the bartender owns every song.
Still a great bar.
Great bar. I'd still go there, you know?
I'd still go.
It Takes Two is nominated for a few awards tonight, including music, audio design, keep it going, game design, direction, game of the year, and the big one, weirdest lawsuit from another company.
What are you doing, Take-Two Interactive?
Take-Two, just be cool. No one was confused. Just focus on GTA. There's no reason to do this to Joseph Ferris.
Now, WarioWare Get It Together is nominated for Family Game of the Year. If you're not familiar, WarioWare is about a disgusting man who runs a shady game development company that takes advantage of its workers.
So, pure fantasy, right?
Who's to say, Greg?
Who is to say? Of course, we can't talk about the industry we love so much without also talking about the stories of abuse and harassment employees faced at Activision Blizzard and other companies. But since this is a formal event being broadcast to audiences across the world, I'm only going to say F Bobby Kotick. I'm just kidding. Fuck Bobby Kotick. You come on.
That all said, it's time we got to the real reason we're here.
Honoring the best and brightest in video games.
But before we get started, a little bit of business. Unfortunately, not everyone could be here tonight due to everything going on in the world, so some of our winners may be accepting their award via video.
Or cutscene, as we call it in the biz.
Yes, and we also wanted to thank the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences again for having us and for scheduling this event before Elden Ring comes out.
Thank you very much for that second one. Thank you very much for that one. That means a lot.
Yep. Now, please welcome our first presenter, Chief Creative Officer of That's No Moon and Narrative Director of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, Taylor Kurosaki.
Action is one of the most engaging genres of any medium, and that's doubly true for ours, where we get to drive the story and dictate the chaos. We can be an assassin stuck in a time loop, indents fighting through a dystopian future, or a legendary bounty hunter on her most dangerous mission yet. Heart-pounding, split-second action, all at our fingertips. This is the year, this is the nominees.
The nominees for Action Game of the Year are Deathloop.
Every single person here is out to kill me.
It's fun. Totally normal. Death is a typical physiological experience in this place.
Halo Infinite. Metroid Dread. Returnal. The Ascent.
Okay, and the winner is Halo Infinite.
Well, wow, this is exciting. It's great to be the first people up here. We just want to thank the team. We're internally grateful to all their hard work, considering all of the things that we've all been through this past few years with COVID. We'd also like to thank the fans. Without them, none of this is really possible.
Thank you, Greg. And we want to thank our families, the people with us every day as they watch us make this game from my dining room in Greg's kitchen, or Greg's basement. We're all in this together, and it was tough, but here we are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, me again. Adventure may seem like a word that applies to everything we play, but adventure games all have one thing in common: facing down the unknown. Now, the nominees for Best Adventure Game take us on uncharted expeditions while giving us the satisfaction of completing the hero's journey. Here they are.
The nominees for Adventure Game of the Year are Death's Door. It Takes Two.
This world is the result of your broken relationship. If you want to go home, you'll need to find what you lost.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Psychonauts 2.
You know, Up is more my thing, right?
You're welcome.
Resident Evil Village.
Coming. Who is? What the hell was that?
Sorry, fast downstairs and ripped me down.
Go! What the hell?
And the winner is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Our winners couldn't be here tonight, but we have a message from them.
Hello all, my name is Jean-François Dugas. I'm the Senior Creative Director on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I want to give you a big thank you for the Adventure Game of the Year award. It's really exciting. And I want to thank my entire team who worked relentlessly to make this game happen. It was full of challenges, many things to figure it out, but the team never rested until we delivered a great experience. I also want to thank the people at Marvel, Lonnie, Eric, Tim, and Bill Roseman, whose passion is only matched by his deep knowledge of the Marvel lore. You were great collaborators, and it was a great joy to work with you. And finally, I want to thank you, the fans, because without you, there's no award. And I'm super happy that you enjoyed the experience. And if you haven't played the game yet, it's still time to play it. It's a great adventure. Thank you very much. It's really heartwarming.
Please welcome the co-CEO of Iron Galaxy, the studio behind Killer Instinct and the upcoming free-to-play brawler royale, Rumbleverse, Chelsea Blasco.
Immersive reality has come a long way since the Lawnmower Man and the Virtual Boy. What were once blocky tech demos on machines that cost tens of thousands of dollars are now immersive stories that normal human beings with normal jobs can actually afford. The games nominated in this category are at the cutting edge of what is possible for VR while pushing the boundaries of what the future holds.
The nominees for Immersive Reality Technical Achievement are Lone Echo 2.
Assessment. Secondary objective, establish a warning beacon.
Shields at 95%.
Puzzling Places. Resident Evil 4 VR. Song in the Smoke. Yuki.
And the winner is Lone Echo 2. Unfortunately, our winner could not be here tonight, so they've sent us a message.
Thank you so much on behalf of the entire team at Ready at Dawn. And I first just want to extend a huge congrats to the Lone Echo 2 team. I'm so proud and so appreciative of what we were able to achieve together. And this award is really testament to the risks you all took and the incredible efforts to see it through. And I also wanted to extend a huge congratulations to our fellow nominees and really all the teams out there that continue to push the boundaries of the VR medium. At RAD, we always find ourselves inspired and challenged by the creativity and the technical innovation of all the teams out there. And we're so excited to continue this journey with you all. Thank you again so much.
We are often at the forefront of technological advancement. Technology is the language we use to express our creativity and imagination to players the world over. The nominees for Outstanding Technical Achievement push that language to its limits.
The nominees for Outstanding Technical Achievement are Battlefield 2042, Forza Horizon 5, Moncage, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Whoa! The dimensions are weakening considerably.
Returnal.
We alone must find meaning, no matter how hard we fight.
And the winner is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
What the yikes? Yikes, yikes!
I am glad to see.
Thank you all for this honor. And I just want to say for the fellow nominees, like, you all are amazing and inspiring, and we are humbled to be counted among you. Thank you. I am accepting this award on behalf of the programmers, technical artists, and IT professionals whose work underpins everything that we do at Insomniac. But I'm also accepting this on behalf of our production teams that take the tech that we build and use it to create amazing games like Ratchet & Clank. I got to say, I've been in Insomniac for over 18 years, and you will never, ever fail to amaze me. Every 7 or 8 years, I'm reminded that making launch titles is really hard. And the technical achievements in Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart would not have been possible without the support of the technical rock stars across SIE. And so too, the ATG, the ICE team, the technical audio wizards, the spatial audio wizards at PDSG, VASG, our fabulous production team, and all of our friends across PlayStation Studios, thank you, thank you, thank you. Couldn't have done it without you. And finally, our deepest thanks to Mark Cerny, architect of the PlayStation 5. Thank you, Mark, for your vision in developing this incredible platform, and also thank you for your belief that a Lombax, his little robotic friend, dimensional hopping, and other zany things in the Ratchet & Clank universe would be the perfect place to show what the PS5 can do. Thank you.
He was the winner of the D.I.C.E Award for Outstanding Achievement in Music for Journey, and co-hosts the critically acclaimed podcast, The Game Maker's Notebook, Austin Wintory.
Game music has evolved in unbelievable ways over the decades, which is incredible, considering that from the start, even as humble hardware-based chiptunes, it was immediately sophisticated and memorable. But beyond the notes themselves, it's an art the likes of which the musicians that work in it have never enjoyed in the history of music, because it is fundamentally an interactive one. The player, the listener of this music, becomes a co-author of the experience that we composers create. And that's a playground unlike any in the history of this art, and it's amazing. And as a side note, the Oscars announced this week that they were no longer going to televise the Best Score category. So not to channel Joseph Ferris, but D.I.C.E Awards, Oscars, interesting subjective lineup there. Very glad to be on stage honoring members of this community that I feel incredibly grateful to be a member of alongside. With that, the nominees for Best Music.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Original Music are Deathloop, It Takes Two, Kana, Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Returnal,
And the winner is Returnal.
Wow, this is awesome. So, yeah, thank you very much for the award. It's an incredible honor to be here. And I think when we're making games, one of the main goals that we aspire to is to create emotion. And personally, I feel like music is often the most direct way to the soul and creating that kind of emotional experience. Some of the most cherished memories I have from video games have been accompanied by really powerful music that really elevates the experience to something more personal and much more emotional. And with Returnal, we did have this goal of creating a story that really resonated with players about an astronaut that gets trapped on a hostile alien planet, a stranger in a strange land, and just creating a haunting experience that would stick with players long after the credits have rolled. And the music was an inseparable part of this vision, and we were incredibly lucky to get to work with Bobby Krilik, also known as Hatch and Cloak, for our composer, did an amazing job, and also Joe Thwaites from Creative Arts, who supported the audio and also helped layering and integrating the music to create something truly special. So we're incredibly proud of what we accomplished with Returnal, and thank you very much, everyone.
Whether it's the heavy footballs, excellent. The heavy footfalls of Master Chief, the crunch of gravel under the tires, the whoosh of enemies behind you as you attempt to survive a little longer, all of this is the work of the talented audio designers who enrich the worlds we explore through their mastery of sound. Not just sound design, though, audio mixing, working with programmers to make these things come alive in rich, live, interactive ways. The world of audio design is incredible, it's complex, it's underappreciated, and this year's nominees are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Audio Design are Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite,
Double kill.
It Takes Two,
Whoa, really? That's very, kind.
Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, Returnal,
All right, and the winner, Returnal.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, so once again, huge honor to be here, be getting this award. But yeah, we've often been at the forefront of PlayStation launches. So going back to PlayStation 3 with Super Stardust HD, PlayStation 4 with Resogun, and now with PlayStation 5 we had Returnal. And it's always been really important for us to try not only to make the best possible game, but also be a showcase for the unique technical innovations that each platform brings. And this time around, we had the 3D audio, of course, with PS5, that really helped push the audio experience to new levels of immersion. And not just in terms of atmosphere and world building, but also spatial awareness that's incredibly important for a third-person action game. And just the sound design really complementing every single action the player takes to make it as satisfying and compelling as possible. So combined with the haptics and the music and the audio design, the world building, we're really happy we made a really compelling package there that really gave life to Returnal and complemented the sensory overload that we tend to aim for with our games. So massive congrats to Loic and Joe from our Creative Arts team, and of course to the rest of the Housemarque team back in Helsinki for helping make a game that we're incredibly proud of. So thank you.
As the head of Xbox Game Studios, he shepherded some of the biggest game franchises of all time, including Halo and Minecraft. Welcome to the stage, Matt Booty.
I have the privilege tonight of introducing and honoring one of our industry's most creative and prolific leaders, tonight's Hall of Fame recipient, Ed Boon. When I began preparing this introduction, the first challenge that came up was, what exactly to call Ed? Is he a game designer, creative director, programmer, franchise manager, studio head, co-creator of a global franchise that has spanned 3 decades? Ed is all of these, and he embodies the best of what each of these roles can be. I've known Ed since 1991, the year I started working at Midway Games in Chicago, fresh out of college. It was an amazing opportunity to work with and learn from the great game designers like Ed, along with other industry icons like Eugene Jarvis, Mark Turmel, George Gomez, and George Petro. I don't know that any of us would have predicted that 30 years later, Mortal Kombat would have given rise to over 20 releases across the Mortal Kombat and Injustice series, to 3 movies, comics, novels, countless toys and action figures, an animated series, and a live stage tour. As I further reflected on 3 decades of knowing and working with Ed, I remembered a quote from movie director Guillermo del Toro about creative people who can concentrate all their energy into a singular project. He talks about a champion who lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes a project into existence using all their passion, creativity, and obsession. That is Ed, a champion who lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes something into existence. He's a hands-on creative director who's close to the craft and close to his team. The identity of Ed's career is forever linked to Mortal Kombat, but his work on games started before that. He wrote code for many pinball games, including classics like F-14 Tomcat and Black Knight. He worked with Eugene Jarvis on the high-impact football arcade game series. And he is the voice of Rudy, the ventriloquist puppet from the pinball game Funhouse, and of course, the voice of Scorpion, commanding you to get over here. What a journey to go from working on pinball games with red LED displays to creating one of the defining games of the video arcade boom of the early 90s and continuing that work into the era of modern consoles. Throughout his career, one thing about Ed has always stayed with me, and it's something I personally still reflect on often, and that is his ability to avoid distractions and focus on what's important. I can still picture Ed sitting in his office when he first told me the wisdom, we have to give our bosses what they need, which isn't always the same thing as what they want. And our CEO during the early days of Mortal Kombat told me once that that's what makes Ed great, his singularity of purpose. And that's a principle and a lesson that I'm thankful to have learned from Ed. Tonight's award is the Hall of Fame. But if there were a Hall of Humility, I would nominate Ed for that as well. As Ed... As many know, Ed is one of the most genuinely humble people I've ever worked with. I was lucky enough to work at Midway when the very first Mortal Kombat machine went out on test in Chicago, and also lucky enough to have Ed as a friend and an ally during very challenging times. Game designer, creative director, studio head, mentor, and friend, let's take a look at Ed's accomplishments over the last 3 decades.
Let us dance! Ed Boon grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, playing pinball and video games during the arcade explosion. After graduating from the University of Illinois with a degree in math and computer science, Ed started working at Williams Electronics, programming pinball machines.
He quickly kind of shifted into the video game side, and so we immediately became kind of partners and friends.
By the end of Super High Impact, it was obvious Ed could do anything. After 2 years of pinball and 2 years of video, he was ready to move on.
After the Williams video department was rebranded Midway Games, Ed teamed up with artist John Tobias to begin prototyping the company's first fighting game. Taking advantage of Midway's digitized graphics technology, Ed and John captured the movements of real martial artists to achieve state-of-the-art visuals and animations. The result was a fast-paced, hyper-violent fighter they called Mortal Kombat.
Every week there was a new character, some kind of a new move.
I think it really changed the boundaries of what people expected of a game. Really, any genre, it really pushed those boundaries.
A year later, the highly anticipated home versions of Mortal Kombat were released on Mortal Monday, which became one of the biggest launches in video game history.
The visuals kept getting better. Ed kept pushing the limits, and it kept working over and over, and it just kept getting better and better.
In 1995, New Line Cinema released a movie adaptation of Mortal Kombat that enjoyed the second biggest August opening of any movie before it.
Ed and I got to visit the set of the first Mortal Kombat film. It was a surreal experience. I mean, to know that something we were responsible for creating actually made its way to an industry that we both admired was incredible.
The Mortal Kombat team grew with each game, eventually joining Warner Brothers Games in 2009 as the rebranded NetherRealm Studios. After 2011's Mortal Kombat game, Ed and NetherRealm embraced the DC universe.
And Ed immediately had that as part of our plan of like, the next game, we can make that a game of its own and really make it shine in its own way, and that became the Injustice franchise.
And it was just interesting talking to him about his passion for the game, his passion for the DC universe. It was very palpable. It was super articulate, funny, engaging. I know it probably came from a place of passion for Ed. He loves DC, and he wanted to make a game that featured all the cool characters and villains that he loved.
Injustice also spawned a wildly successful comic book series, as well as its own animated feature movie.
There were a lot of conference calls prior to promoting the game, and a lot of people mentioned Ed Boon this, Ed Boon that. And so when I actually met Ed, I was a little surprised at how understated he was. He was soft-spoken, gentle even. He was very kind, and I was really taken aback by that because I didn't expect it at first.
Working with Ed for nearly 20 years has been great, growing the franchise under his visions. So whether that's taking the game and adding more depth of story, where we basically are making a full-length animated movie with every game we make, branching out to comic books, branching out to further movies. Ed's always had a vision for those things and been very committed and dedicated to the quality level of all those and innovating every time.
Working with Ed, I learned the power of passion and creativity and focus in game design.
Ed is always watching. He's always listening. He'll go toe-to-toe on Twitter or tweet on Twitter with the best of them.
Finish him!
The Mortal Kombat phenomenon continues to this day, with the most recent titles being the highest selling of the entire series, with 35 years of game making and countless awards, making his mark across multiple entertainment industries. Tonight we honor Ed Boon as this year's inductee into the AIAS Hall of Fame.
It is my honor to present this year's Hall of Fame award to Ed Boon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt Booty, for that wonderful introduction. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you to the Academy for this honor. Looking back over 35 years of making games, I think it's impossible to thank everybody I'm indebted to. But what has become crystal clear is I've had an undeniable streak of luck, fortunate events that have happened to me. It honestly feels like I've won the lottery like 4 times. My first lottery ticket I won in the form of an asterisk. I made my one resume my entire life at age 21. It was very generic, but at the bottom, I put an asterisk in the words, "a strong interest in video games." It was a comment that was there only because I was told to include personal hobbies. And I always assumed that after graduating, I'd just get a real job. By some stroke of luck, a headhunter noticed the asterisk in my vanilla resume, and for some reason decided to forward it to Williams Electronics in Chicago. That decision opened a giant door into games that I can't imagine the direction my life would have gone had that headhunter not, swiped left. Left is a bad thing, right? I was curious. I can't possibly overstate, the second lottery ticket I won was meeting and working with Eugene Jarvis. I can't possibly overstate the influence Eugene, along with Larry DeMar, has had on me. From playing his games as a teenager to eventually working together on both pinball and video games, Eugene was the mad scientist that all of us at Midway wanted to emulate. My third lottery win, was meeting the brilliant John Tobias, who co-created Mortal Kombat with me. I honestly can't believe my luck. I just happened to get an office next to John and another talented artist named John Vogel, together with an amazing audio engineer and composer, Dan Forden. We made Midway's first fighting game in 8 months, and it's still kicking 30 years later. Mortal Kombat was made along with a string of Midway hits, including Narc, Terminator 2, NBA Jam, games made by my good friends, several of which are here today: Mark Trammell, Sal DeVita, George Petro, Eugene Jarvis, and of course, John Tobias. I want to thank you guys and all the Midway alum here for your support. We really got to get together and get a picture tonight. I'm serious. My fourth lottery ticket is working with my colleagues at NetherRealm. I cannot begin to express my admiration, gratitude, and respect for everyone on our studio. 30 years ago, the first Mortal Kombat game consisted of 4 members. And with me being the only programmer, I could tell people, yeah, I'm the best programmer on the team, right? Our studio now is over 200 team members, each of which does their job better than I could possibly do it. Quite frankly, I feel I've been standing on the shoulders of them for over a decade now. The fact that there's so many of them here tonight is just incredible. Indulge me, please. These include our directors, Sean Hemrick, Steve Barron, Joe Berger, Graham Bayless, Rich Carl, as well as some of our superstars, Paul, Josh, Dominic, Tiago, Taryn, Tony, Mike, Brian, Derek. You guys are great. I can't believe you guys all flew out to share this with me. This award belongs to you as much as it does me, and I'm going to keep it in our studio to share with us. Actually, I shouldn't lie. I'm going to take it home with me. Thank you to everyone at Warner Brothers for their amazing support over the past 12 years. We really appreciate the freedom, resources, and trust that you've given our studio, as well as an unbelievable marketing, PR, and sales support. David, Remy, Kehao, Brian, Rigo, you've really elevated our games to new heights we didn't think we could reach. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you to the fans of our games. None of what we do works without you. And finally, thanks to Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, everyone out there making games. Each great game that is released raises the bar and inspires us all to keep moving our medium moving forward. Let's keep it going. Thank you very much.
Welcome back our hosts, Jessica Chobot and Greg Miller.
Congrats.
Ed Boon, everybody, come on.
All right, so these next groups of nominees provide a high watermark for their genres, and no matter what happens, I consider myself the true winner as I was finally able to live my dream of making Shredder fight Nigel Thornberry.
For me, it was Reptar versus Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah, the important thing is we would have lost our minds as children. Here are the nominees and winners for Mobile Sports and Fighting Game of the Year.
The nominees for Mobile Game of the Year are Behind the Frame, Fantasian, League of Legends, Wild Rift,
So exciting!
Moncage, Pokemon Unite, and the winner is Pokemon Unite. The nominees for Sports Game of the Year are EA Sports FIFA 22,
Great block. Well, what about that opportunity?
Mario Golf Super Rush, NBA 2K 2022.
There's the drive, and Katie!
Riders Republic, The Climb 2, and the winner is Mario Golf Super Rush.
Nice shot.
The nominees for the Fighting Game of the Year are Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and the winner is Guilty Gear Strive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vice President of Naughty Dog, Arne Meyer.
So, art direction is more than stylized island environments, or horrifying monsters, or Lombax fur shaders. They're all important parts of it, for sure. Art direction is a team effort of many disciplines to tie a whole game together into a cohesive experience through a shared visual language. Good art direction makes us feel like we're seeing another world. Great art direction allows us to fully step into it. So the nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction are Call of Duty Vanguard, Deathloop, Kana, Bridge of Spirits, Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart,
Where are we?
Resident Evil Village,
Winner is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Captain Copernicus Leslie Clark will be your host.
How about that, huh?
Well, this is pretty exciting for me, and obviously the team at Insomniac Games. First, I want to thank the Academy for giving us this award, and also for all the nominees as well, because there's some really great art there. I love Ratchet & Clank. It is such an honor to work on this franchise. We love creating these worlds, these aliens, and on behalf of all of the Insomniac Games and our partners at Sony Computer Entertainment, or Sony Interactive Entertainment, sorry about that, we are so honored for this reward. Thank you so much.
All right, so from running into battle, or rifting through dimensions, or helping spirits move on to the other side, animation is a critical component to build believable, immersive worlds by connecting us with the characters we play or interact with. Whether it's a subtle performance during an intimate moment, or dynamic motion while jumping into the fray, we can feel the emotion of truly great animation. So the nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Animation are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Animation are Call of Duty Vanguard, Deathloop,
Which means I already know what's going to happen. Am I supposed to do this every day for the rest of my life? Fuck that! I'm breaking this loop.
Kana, Bridge of Spirits, Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart,
This is the part where you lose.
Resident Evil Village,
Lycans and gentlemen, we thank you for waiting.
And the winner is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Bring me that
All right, yeah. All right, wow, this is crazy. I'm just gonna go right to thanking the animation team. We got Elliot, Lindsay, Ben, Daniel, Stephanie, Jeff, Leon, Danny, Ian, and Ryan, and they really rocked it. So.
And our rigging team, Adam, Austin, and Matt, you're all rock stars, and we're so proud of what you accomplished. And we also have to thank Chris, August, Kathy, and the entire team at VASG. It was an absolute pleasure to work with such a fantastic crew, and we couldn't have done this without you.
And of course, you know, the animation, the Insomniacs are sitting right there, and we have to thank you, because this project was a blast to work on. And I haven't been on stage in like 30 some years, so yeah, so this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Finally, we just want to thank our families to have to bring our work into our home for the last half of the production. The fact that your love and support was there was unwavering, and we are so grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
Please welcome the co-founder of Tender Claws and co-director of the Underpresents Tempest and Virtual Reality, Samantha Gorman.
So the term immersive reality can sometimes feel a bit misleading, because of course we all want our games to be immersive. But when we talk about this category, we're talking about games that use the latest technology to draw you into a space so convincing that you can literally walk in and explore. The nominees are...
The nominees for Immersive Reality Game of the Year are Demio, I Expect You to Die 2, The Spy and the Liar, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4 VR, Song in the Smoke,
And the winner is... Lone Echo 2.
Let's have a look around, see what we can find. This place is massive. What the hell happened here? All right, Jack.
So our winner cannot be here tonight, but they've sent a video message.
Thank you so much. It's an incredible honor to be able to accept this award on behalf of the entire team at Ready at Dawn. And really the degree to which the original Lone Echo resonated with players as a world and characters and story that was so immersive and deeply personal was really humbling for us as a team. And continuing that journey was frankly a nerve-wracking endeavor. So I am so proud and grateful of how the team rose to this challenge. You all really took on even greater creative and technical risks, but really made sure to stay true to the heart of this deeply personal story about two friends. So again, huge congrats to the team at RAD, as well as all of our fellow nominees. And thank you so much.
So, online gaming is both literally and figuratively about connection. You can play with an old college buddy on one side of the country or a new buddy on another side of the world. Yet we log into our servers and our friends are right there waiting to fight besides us. This year's nominees for the Online Game of the Year are...
The nominees for Online Game of the Year are Back 4 Blood,
Buckle up, buttercups.
Need help here!
Call of Duty Vanguard,
Got enemy glide bomb.
Final Fantasy XIV, Endwalker, Halo Infinite, Knockout City,
Acid Joe?
And the winner is Halo Infinite.
Thank you. Jeez. Thank you, Academy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all at 3 for 3. I'm gonna say some specific names now because the team I was super close with, and it was tough to get across the finish line, and this is really special. So, bear with me. I want to thank Tom French, Mr. Garza, Mr. Witz, Kaylee George, Donnie Taylor, Beard. Thank you for testing as hard as you do, Beard. Josh Hoyda, Michael Shore, and Ryan Keene. This is very special. Thank you so much.
Lastly, we just want to say thank you to the families again, husbands, wives, kids, parents. Thank you so much for supporting us all in this endeavor. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, video game writer and content creator, Alana Pierce.
Characters are our conduit into video game stories. Great characters draw us in and often manage to mimic our real-world experiences, even though obviously their worlds are very different. Sometimes unsuspecting characters, like one small Italian plumber with a bushy mustache, can go on to have an incredible 40-year legacy and yet still somehow wind up being voiced by Chris Pratt. I did not see that one coming. But whether they end up being voiced by Chris Pratt or not, which, 50-50 at this point, I'm sure we can all agree that our lives are richer thanks to these characters who've been with us through the good times and the bad. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Character are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Character are Deathloop, Colt Vaughn.
This place isn't a paradise. It's a prison.
Kana, Bridge of Spirits, Kana.
My father was a spirit guide. He helped many pass from this life to the next.
Life is Strange, True Colors, Alex Chen.
When I moved to Haven Springs, I hadn't seen my brother Gabe in years. Now I can find out what's really going on.
Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, Rivet.
Comebacks. You okay, Bolts?
Resident Evil Village, Lady Dimitrescu.
Well, Ethan Winters. Careful what you wish for.
And the winner is... Resident Evil Village, Lady Dimitrescu.
It's questionable. Give the mortal to me, and I will ensure he is ready. There will be enough for everyone. You ungrateful, selfish wretch! You come into my house! You lay your filthy man hands on my daughters!
Thank you so much. It is my honor to be here and my honor to receive this award. This award has a really special place in my heart because it acknowledges the entire team behind the creation of any one character. And Lady Dimitrescu would not be the phenomena that she is today without the amazing writing of Anthony Johnston and the entire team at Capcom. So thank you all so much. Good writing makes my job really easy, so Anthony, thank you. It is my privilege to bring your words to life and to share this award with you today. It takes a village, but don't you? Okay, great. I couldn't resist. That's all. Thank you.
She's so tall in real life. Great stories make us laugh, make us cry, make us cheer, and sometimes make us shout, "What are you doing?" Even if technically we are the ones doing it, I deny any responsibility, thank you. Some stories resonate with us so strongly that they feel like parts of our lives that will live in our heads forever. The nominees are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Story are Before Your Eyes.
Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second.
Ooh, that's good.
Could be 5 years.
Inscryption. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
We'll win this together.
Peter Quill, I am putting you and your crew under arrest for
Actually, can I call you back?
What?
Psychonauts 2.
My name is Raz, and today is my first official day on the job.
The Forgotten City.
Its existence is long forgotten. Consider this an invitation. She'll suffer the same fate I did.
And the winner is... Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
5,000 units to the Hellraiser who kills these so-called Guardians of the Galaxy.
We got this.
Destroy!
The team unfortunately could not be here to receive the award tonight, so they have sent us a nice video package.
I'm Mary DeMorrow, Executive Narrative Director at Eidos Montreal. When we started working on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, we had no idea how relevant its themes of love and loss and longing for social connection would become. We just knew that games have the power to entertain, challenge, educate, and engage people in emotionally relevant experiences, and that's what we set out to do. Thank you everyone who supported us in this endeavor, from David Onfasi, our studio head, to Bill Roseman and the wonderful people over at Marvel Games, to our cast, to the production crew, to the writers, all of whom should be sitting here with me. And of course, to the players and fans who took a chance and let us know how much they enjoyed it. We wouldn't be here without your appreciation. Thank you, D.I.C.E, for this major award. We'll never forget it.
Please welcome back to the stage, Todd Howard.
Hey, Phil. The Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Lifetime Achievement Award honors those individuals who, through their careers, have changed the landscape of gaming for all. It has only been given out 7 other times, but this is the first time it's being given to an alien. Yes, in 1968, a meteor brought cute little baby Phil to the hills of Virginia, where he is found by the Spencers. Of course, they kept his powers secret. But Phil decided to save humanity another way. Instead of strapping an S to his chest, he made it an X. What is true, the Spencers are still married, and Phil has committed the last 30 years to make the world a better place through video games. He's also one of the smartest, most thoughtful, and passionate people you'll meet. If you're a creator or a player, Phil wants to make your world a better place. He'll start most conversations with, "How are you? How's the team? How can I help?" And he's built a team around him that shares that passion. He's led a change within Microsoft, one of the largest and most well-known companies in history, where Xbox is becoming the consumer brand they're best known for. Not only has he changed the way so many around the world play games, he's changed the landscape for creators of all types to flourish. He is deeply passionate and committed to making sure everyone, regardless of age, physical ability, race, or gender, can experience gaming. To say he's a fan of games doesn't quite capture. He plays everything. You can look up his gamer tag and his game history. There's over 1,000 games there. So many that his quick time in Candy Crush Soda Saga earlier in the year, it's just not that suspicious. He really is that guy. He rides his bike to work. He married his high school sweetheart. He has 2 wonderful daughters. His early days at Microsoft actually weren't in games. He worked on Microsoft Encarta, Microsoft Dogs, and Microsoft Money. Some people say he's still working on Microsoft Money. But even before that, he got his first start in the industry at Computer Mart.
Check that out. Hey everyone, thank you so much. It's great to join you from the legendary Computer Mart in Vancouver, Washington. This is actually where my journey in technology and entertainment really began back in the 80s when I was in high school. We'd fix computers, play video games, and I could have never believed I'd had the chance to accept this incredible award from people I respect so much. Everyone in this industry is so fortunate to have the opportunity to really be a positive force in the lives of billions of people around the world. Right now, there's a teenager hanging out in a Computer Mart or a chat room somewhere who will accept this award decades from now. I hope she'll recall us fondly for the inspiring, dynamic industry we're all building together. So on behalf of all of the amazing teams I've had the chance to work with over the
Phil in 1989, he was an intern just out of University of Washington. The most contact I really had with Phil at that point was we both went to the kitchen for free soda about the same time.
Phil Spencer and I probably met back in the late 90s, I'd say. I was doing some work leading a group of people who were doing some consumer applications. I think
It wasn't until Phil was the head of Xbox that we really spent quite a bit of time together. And what was hilarious is invariably some fan would come up to me, literally walk right past Phil, walk right up to me, "Hi Reggie, love Nintendo," and I would literally say, "You know, this is Phil Spencer, head of Xbox. I think you should say hello to him as well."
You know, if you look at Microsoft today, the company's evolved to being really broad thinkers who look at the customer as having great impact in what you build. And I think Phil was one of the first people I ever encountered who thought that way.
he cares a lot about culture. He's thought a lot about diversity. He's thought a lot about bringing women along in gaming. That is super powerful and I think incredibly timely.
Phil was always about his team, about people in general, and really from an overall industry perspective, really thinking about the player and how do we get more and more people playing, in this industry that we love.
Congratulations, Phil, on this well-deserved award. You've been an amazing and dynamic partner as we have expanded our opportunity in gaming at Microsoft. Under your stewardship, we have seen business success and have worked to create a culture of proactive inclusion. But this award is also a testament of your impact beyond our company and your role in bringing the joy, connection, and community of gaming to billions of people around the world. So congratulations again, Phil. We are looking forward to your continued leadership of Microsoft Gaming and the impact you'll have on the broader gaming community in the years ahead.
For a long time, we're friends, and I've known others at Xbox for a long time. He wasn't always in charge, and they did have a little bit of a rough launch with Xbox One, and the morale there had been low at times, and I was close with some other people there, and there was a senior person who decided they were leaving, and I discussed with them coming to join and work with me at Bethesda, and then suddenly one day they called me and said, "I'm staying." I was like, why? What happened? They put Phil in charge, was the answer. And from that moment, they all knew what we're honoring here tonight, that his vision, his leadership, and his passion would change the industry. So join me in saying thank you and congratulations to Phil Spencer.
Okay. Thanks. No, really. Wow, thanks everyone. Thank you, Todd. Good job. It's incredible to be here tonight. Looking out at everyone, so many familiar faces, people I've known and worked with for years, and some of the new voices in our industry that are so incredibly important. After everything we've all been through over the last couple of years, it's so gratifying to be here in person at D.I.C.E. I don't think any of us will take that for granted ever again. And this award, thank you. Honestly though, it's hard to think about this award as an individual, especially as someone who spent so much of my career at a fairly large company. I'm so aware and reminded every day of how everything we accomplish is a reflection of how we work with other people and the talented and dedicated teams across our entire industry. So this award is really on behalf of Team Xbox and all of the great people I've been fortunate enough to work with across Microsoft, the amazing creators across the industry who inspire us, and of course, my lovely family. Interactive entertainment now reaches 3 billion people around the world, and games are the most powerful venue for human connection of any form of media. In fact, so much of humanity is engaging with our industry that I don't think it makes sense to talk about gamers or non-gamers anymore. We're all players and creators now, and all of us, all 3 billion of us, actively participate in creating our culture, our community, as awesome and occasionally over the top as it may be. But the people in this room and our peers around the world, the people who make a living and raise our families based on the industry we're building, we have a special additional responsibility. We have a responsibility to billions of players. We have a responsibility to everyone in this business. We have a responsibility to society, and we have a responsibility to ourselves. Our responsibility is simple. Do everything possible to ensure that this entire industry is about treating every single person with dignity and respect. That's it. Dignity and respect. That means both players and employees. Our entire art form is about interaction, and nothing is more important than how we interact with each other on every level. Now, I hope that everyone here shares my deep belief that gaming is a force for good in this world. Actually, I wouldn't call it a belief. I know that gaming is a force for good. But when it comes to meeting our responsibilities as leaders, we have a long way to go. That's because I see far too often, both as a professional and as a player, where we fall short as leaders. We fall short when we fail to provide a safe and inclusive environment for every person who works in our industry. We fall short when we tolerate abuse. We fall short every single time someone feels unwelcome in our industry and in our communities. We can, we must, and we will do better. Culture can be a tool that enables us to realize the true power and potential of gaming. And the time to get our culture right is right now. We, as an industry, are at a crossroads. The question is, has gaming reached its full potential and power to reflect and shape the world for all of us? And the answer is, not yet. Each of us has a lot more work to do to live up to our responsibility. Yet our shared journey towards respect and dignity for all employees and all players is leading our industry towards a very bright future. We all have the privilege of working in the most dynamic exciting business in the entire world. Most important, we deliver connection, joy, and wonder to billions of people everywhere. Entertainment, social bonds, mental and emotional engagement, these are essential human needs, and our games and our communities provide them on a vast scale. We should take pride in that, and I'm confident that we will meet our responsibilities, just as I'm energized and so confident by the people in this room, my colleagues and my friends. We are all so fortunate in this industry, and I'm looking forward to working with you for many years to come. So thank you for this award, and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.
Welcome back to the stage, Jessica Chobot and Greg Miller.
So, in rehearsals, we didn't get to hear the speech that came before us. So it's kind of not, well, I'm kind of scared.
That was a fantastic speech, but you scared me because I'm like, that's not what your line is, dude.
Well,
Where are you
no,
going
that
with
is
this?
not my line. I did not expect Phil Spencer to kill it like that. It's kind of hard. Okay.
Congratulations, Phil.
Like, for real?
Yeah.
Is everybody no wonder people, you all want to go work for Xbox and let him buy your companies. That guy's awesome. Jeez Louise. Our next presenter is the host of Spawn on Me podcast and was our fellow co-host at last year's D.I.C.E Awards.
2021 was a little different, obviously, and for that reason, we switched up the format and did things virtually with some of the best people we know.
It was kind of like having the D.I.C.E Awards in the Matrix.
Yeah, you're still on that Unreal Engine 5 Matrix demo, aren't you?
It was very impressive. I am, Jess, but that is beside the point. What is important, ladies and gentlemen, what is the point? Khalif Adams.
There's little more exciting than playing gaming with your family. I mean, if you haven't rage quit Mario Party because of some BS bonus stars, are you even a family? I mean, I would say no, but maybe you have a nicer family than I do. Here are the nominees for Family Game of the Year.
The nominees for Family Game of the Year are Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Happy Home Paradise, Cozy Grove, Mario Party Superstars, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart,
Death Trap, you think you're so tough? Let's turn up the heat!
WarioWare Get It Together,
And the winner is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
I had a speech prepared, but considering that our event seems to be under assault, I will cut to the chase. What have I done? Clank.
So I want to second that they really got to warn who speaks before you, because that's a tough act to follow. But out of all the awards at D.I.C.E, this is the one that I wanted to win the most. It has a lot of meaning to me because at Insomniac, our vision is to have a positive and lasting impact on people's lives. And family games can do that in a profound way, not just because it can give us a shared experience across generations, but because I think most of us can sympathize with a quality game from our childhood that literally changed the course of our life. And so family games have a huge impact, but despite that, it's not a given that a publisher is going to take a big swing on a big game. And so because of that, it's super important to me to thank our producers at SIE, the Insomniac senior leadership team, and Mark Cerny for really going up to bat for this game, not just to make the concept exist, but to support and guide us all through production and get it to the finish line. So thank you so much.
I love a great racing game. The thrills, the chills, the adrenaline. And that's not just if you're the one throwing the blue show. The nominees for Racing Game of the Year are...
The nominees for Racing Game of the Year are F1 2021, Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels Unleashed,
and the winner is Forza Horizon 5.
Something they can't top it though, let's go. We love it, but that's the folks. I'ma keep it 300, we extra though, let's go. Can't be stopped, gotta get out the box. Can't be stopped, better get out the way. Can't be stopped, gotta get out the box. Can't be stopped, better get out the way. Get out the way, get out the way.
Hey, thank you. So first of all, of course, we want to thank the Academy, but I couldn't go any further without thanking the incredible, dynamic, diverse, creative Forza community, without whom we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't do this. Of course, I need to thank the incredible team at Playground Games, Turn 10, and Xbox. Again, without you guys, this game couldn't exist. And also, I want to give a shout out to the candidates here, because there's a real diversity within the racing game category this year. Both Hot Wheels Unleashed by Milestone and Codemasters Formula One were outstanding games. I thought this was actually a really great category this year, and I really loved both of those games. So big up to those guys, and thank you, everyone.
Please welcome founder and CEO of Gearbox Entertainment, the home of the best-selling game series and soon-to-be movie Borderlands, Randy Pitchford.
Come on, let's get the energy up. We're halfway done, you guys. Halfway done. Actually, we're getting close to the end of it. It's time for the role-playing game of the year. Role-playing games, of course, are the heart and soul of the game industry. I should know. Right now, I am actually role-playing as Randy Pitchford. In fact, my name is Todd Howard. Let's see our nominees for role-playing game of the year.
The nominees for Role-Playing Game of the Year are Final Fantasy XIV, Endwalker, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Tales of Arise.
Draw energy! Say no more! Super Swallow Dance! It's over!
Wildermyth.
And the winner is Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. They can't be with us tonight. Can't be with us tonight, so let's enjoy this message from the team.
皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。こちらのコメントはですね、現在ベスト RPG という、栄えある賞にノミネートさせていただいたということで撮っているんですが、受賞したかどうかは分かりません。このコメントが流れているということはきっといただけたのでしょう。 ファイナルファンタジー14、皆さんご存知の通り、MMORPG です。なので、長いストーリーをこう何年もかけて紡いできたんですが、前回、漆黒のヴィランズに続いてですね、今回、エンドウォーカーでも、単独の拡張パッケージとしてこの賞にそもそもノミネーションさせていただくこと自体が僕らにとってはものすごく喜ばしいことですし、世界中のプレイヤーの皆さんが支えてくださったからこそここまで物語を描けてこれたので、もし受賞できたんだとしたら、こんなに嬉しいことはございません。僕ら常々最新のファイナルファンタジーとしてそういう気分で作り続けてきているんですが、今回エンドウォーカーでハイデリンゾディアーク編という最初のサーが完結しております。始めるならまとめて今その最高のシナリオをお楽しみいただけますので、ぜひですねプレイしていない方は、プレイをしていただきたいですし、すでにエンドウォーカープレイを、終えた皆さん、パッチ 6.1 からまた新たな冒険がスタートします。ぜひ一緒に盛り上がっていければと思います。ありがとうございました。
I can't follow that. You guys, it's time for the Strategy and Simulation Game of the Year. Of course, strategy and simulation games were the very beginning of our industry and are critically important. I should know, of course, because tonight I am a simulation, which means I'm a simulation of Todd Howard role-playing as Randy Pitchford. The nominees for Strategy Simulation Game of the Year are...
The nominees for Strategy/Simulation Game of the Year are Age of Empires 4, Gloomhaven, Griftlands, Inscryption, Loop Hero,
And the winner is Age of Empires 4.
Hi, yeah, so I did not prepare anything. All I have to say is that you all have the greatest job in the entire world for all of time. And so make sure that when you're making games, you respect your customer, you respect the art, you respect your partners. So I can't even believe, why are we up here? I love Relic Studios, who is our amazing partner. Forgotten Empires, who kept the game alive. Climax
Studios and Tantalus
and this is
Studios.
Michael Mann.
As well, we want to thank the amazing people. Yes. They're passionate game makers that made this game that came together beautifully.
Yes.
For us. So thank
you all so
studios.
much. And don't forget, this is the greatest industry ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, the BAFTA-nominated founder of Strange Scaffold, the developer behind An Airport for Aliens, currently run by dogs, Zulivir Nelson Jr.
One of the great things about video games is that they're always changing and they're always moving forward in creative directions. Me, for example, I made an open-world comedy game with a cast entirely composed of dog JPEGs, and then gave it a name 43 characters long. I say this both as an example of the pure creativity that video games allow us to exercise, and as a cautionary tale for what can happen when that power is taken to its logical conclusion. These nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Design took video games to new places with new ideas and incredible new ways to play. The nominees.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Design are Deathloop,
Approximately 0 fucks about what you call yourself.
But you did. Once.
Inscryption, It Takes Two,
Hey, just turn me back to normal!
Loop Hero, Ratchet Clank, Rift Apart,
And the winner is It Takes Two by Hazelight Studios.
So this award definitely goes to the team of Hazelight. Like seriously, you guys are amazing. Rock stars, really. You make my job as a sound designer so fun every day because you are just making crazy stuff up all the time, which just keeps me variated and stuff. But yeah, fantastic work and keep rocking.
The independent side of games is filled with breakthroughs that touch audiences and that those of you in AAA will be taking about 4 years from now. Sure, independent games can be a little niche, a little esoteric, but that's the fun of it. That's what makes the ecosystem of games come alive. The wild ideas, the incredible creativity, the unpacking of boxes. The nominees are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for an Independent Game are Death's Door, Inscryption, Loop Hero, Sable, Unpacking,
And the winner is... Unpacking by Wedge Beam. Our winner could not be here tonight, so we have a video message from them.
Hello from Brisbane, Australia. We're sad we can't be there in person, but we're thrilled to have received the D.I.C.E Award for Outstanding Achievement for an Independent Game. It means a lot to us for Unpacking to be recognized in this way.
We'd like to thank our whole team for coming with us on this journey and putting so much of themselves into our odd little game about taking things out of boxes.
We're grateful to our incredible community for their support and the heartfelt messages we've received since the game's launch, especially those fans that have stuck with us through all the years of development.
We were proud to have been nominated alongside such an innovative batch of independent games this year. We hope Unpacking's success shows that there is room in our industry for short, personal games that don't quite fit the mold. Thank you so much.
Presenting the final awards of the evening for Game Direction and Game of the Year, please welcome co-founder and CEO of Phenomena, Robin Hunicke.
Game direction is more than just shepherding a team to finish a project. You're both the coach
and a player leading a team. You're both planning the heist and crawling through those ducts. You're playing in the symphony, and you get the idea. It's everyone working towards one vision. The following nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction held countless elements together during a global fucking pandemic to create unforgettable, cohesive works of playable art.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction are Deathloop,
Has been pronounced guilty of treason.
But I'm one stubborn motherfucker.
Inscryption, It Takes Two,
Cody!
Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, The Artful Escape,
And the winner is Deathloop.
Hey, we killed you!
You're gonna give me that attitude?
You gotta be kidding me.
As you can see, I'm not Dinga Bakaba. He's not here tonight, but on his name, I just want to say congratulations to him. It's the first time he had to take the role on the creative director, and with this award, I guess we can say that he succeeded at it, so it's cool. Congratulations for his leadership, and to everyone at Arcane who assisted him in this task. Thank you for the Academy, thank you for the award. It's super cool, and have a good night.
What a year it has been for gaming. We have recognized and celebrated so many remarkable games this evening, together, in person. That said, we have just one more category to announce. The best of the best, the game of the year. The very deserving nominees of this incredible award are...
The nominees for Game of the Year are Deathloop,
I've been cutting short your meaningless rampages for some time. It's totally normal. Death is a typical physiological experience in this place. You have absolutely no idea what will happen.
Inscryption, It Takes Two,
Feel it?
I feel stuck.
Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart,
Hey! What did you do?
Returnal,
And before I open this envelope, I just want us to take another moment to congratulate every nominee who shipped a game this year. That is a miracle. You are amazing, and I love you all. The winner is It Takes Two.
It was a spell, I am telling you.
If it is a spell, how do we break it?
Okay, I got this. Give me some space. I need to think.
Thank you so much, the Academy. This is absolutely crazy. And to be here on the stage, it's an honor to represent Hazelight and Joseph Fares. I know that he wanted to be here. It's been a crazy ride, and I think we made a fantastic game. I played it like hundreds of hours, and I still like it. So yeah, I'm so proud of us. And the Hazelight team, you are so good at what you do. Just keep on being creative and fuck shit up, basically. Woo!
Words to live by. Just fuck shit up. Congratulations to all our nominees and winners tonight.
That's the 25th Annual D.I.C.E. Awards. I'm Jessica Chobot.
And I'm skipping the after party to play Elden Ring.
Good night, everybody.
I'm Greg from Supergiant Games, and I wanted to wish everyone at the AIAS a hearty congratulations for the 25th anniversary of the D.I.C.E. Awards. It's amazing that you've been going for a quarter of a century ever since rightfully bequeathing GoldenEye 007 for the N64 as Game of the Year way back in the late 90s.
Favorite memory of mine from a D.I.C.E. Awards ceremony would have to be the year 2020 when Connie Booth was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I've had the pleasure of working with Connie for the last couple of decades, and she has been instrumental in the success of all of Naughty Dog's games, as well as building up the PlayStation Studios to what it is today.
My favorite D.I.C.E. Awards moment occurred at the 2012 awards. That year, Journey not only won Game of the Year, but swept most of the craft awards. What made this so special is that every D.I.C.E. Game of the Year award since 1998 had been given to massive teams working on giant titles. With Journey, that game company, a tiny group of incredibly talented and creative developers went head-to-head with the biggest companies in the world. And they won. Now, Journey, to me, is an example of a game that dared to take a different path.
So there I am on stage, our comms director Thomas is breathing down my neck, and my mind is completely blank. I just blabbered away, I don't exactly remember what, but later on, people call it cute and adorable.
One of my favorite memories of D.I.C.E. was the 2006 awards. The first Guitar Hero won several awards, and I remember sitting near the front thinking, who are these guys? Red Octane and Harmonix developed something amazing and innovative, and in particular, Red Octane, an upstart publisher and hardware maker, they took the kind of risk you just didn't see with publishers back then.
It's a celebration of the amazing work of art achieved by the video game industry, and we get together as a community to share the moments of celebration. I remember forever when we received the Best Game of the Year award for the first time as PlayStation for PS2 God of War. And we have been so fortunate to receive the award for Little Big Planet, Uncharted 2, Journey, The Last of Us, and God of War again on PS4. Every moment has a special place in my heart.